My people, the people of goodwill of Biafra, the real Biafran people, I salute you all. Good evening, good afternoon, and also good night. Depend on your time and your location. This is RealBiafraTv, bringing you the message of redemption, the message of hope. Also, for us to educate ourselves, for us to know what we are into. And now, the only one way we have, the one-way ticket we have, and what we have to do as the people of Biafra for us to be where other countries in the world they are. That is also one reason why we are here this evening. So as you come, please join me and like and share the program, as we want to spend our 1 hour 30 minutes maximum on things that are very important that we must know. Today we are going to go in to educate ourselves more and more of where we are and what we have to do and things that we are doing. Does it yielding any fruits? Is it under the government? Are we doing the needful or are we not? So as you come, please, no time to waste. Please join me and like and share the program very fast so others know that we are live and we are direct. Please share. Welcome one another, so for them to know that we are live, so we can move. We want to just give it 1 hour maximum on what we have to do here. It is very, very important for us to do so, because everything that we are doing, there is a method of why we continue doing it. It's also to educate ourselves. It's also let the world know our stand in what we stand to do and why we need them to support us. Why we need this, particularly when they say we need recognition from other countries. It's a parcel and pass out of why we are here, why we need this international recognition, why all these things are very important in our movements right now. And who and who we get the international recognition, who and how do we go about it? There is a way to go about it, and that way to go about it is what I am here to present to you, so you may understand it and know that recognition of a country, there is how you work, that you can't be deceiving people in the name of that you are building a bridge. That's why if you go to our headline, you can see United Nations Charter. With that, IPOB, no group like IPOB, BRIG, Fallback, or whatever they can call themselves, can get us our international recognition. And in no states, both local and foreign, we give them recognition. Today we are on the UN Charter. What UN Charter said about after declaration of a country, how they can get the recognition, and those who can be sending documents for recognition. Whether easy, that is why you can see no lobby, not even IPOB, because IPOB was well known more than BRIG. Go and check history. IPOB well known more than BRIG. Then the BRIG on their own cannot. If something that IPOB cannot, then tell me the IPOB registered by the hands of Nnamdi Kanu. Sorry, if they cannot be able to get it, then tell me how BRIG that hold no water, no ground, they are the one claiming, snapping those photos that those IPOB has snapped some years ago, use it to deceive our people, use it to make our people to in fact make us to be where we are today. Our governments, we don't want a government of that snap photo. No, we don't want it. We want a government that are taking action without even showing on social media. It's kindly advised. The government should not present anybody they're working with for the countries, like what our DPM is doing. He never mentioned the names of those the government are expecting, or we expect to get for them to give us recognition. It's no longer a time where we do such a thing, but it is a time to keep everything in between the the cabinet members of the new state of United States of Biafra. Whatever we are telling you, whatever we are bringing out is for you to understand it. Like we told you, forget who is there. It's not about Ngozi Orabueze. It's not about Mazen Nandekano. It's not about Simon Ebanjoko. It's about you. It's about you supporting, standing on the true side, and it's about you knowing you are right in what we are doing. That is why I'm doing this. It's about you knowing what you're supposed to know at a time that we are into right now, and what the time can bring to us. This is a time for us to, for you to stand up on your own, defend yourself, prove to yourself, to the world, that you understand the importance of declaration of a new country. This is the time we are into. Like I told you, please like and share the program as you come in. Please, it is very imperative if you do so. Please like and share. Like and share, so that we are live and we are direct. So as we continue. But as we continue, we are going to be playing you some this United Nations without explaining them until everybody joins in. Then we may know what we are doing. After the creation of a country, can any group use a group of name to get international recognition for a new country? Let us be listening to some of the things that we have to present this evening. So as you are listening, please try to like and share. Others may come to join us. It is very, very important if you do so. So that's why I told you, please like and share the program so other people know that we are live and we are direct. Listen to this.
No, a declaration alone doesn't guarantee a group can get recognition for a country under the UN. The process is both legal and highly political. The United Nations itself doesn't recognize countries. Instead, individual UN member states do. However, a group can seek UN membership, which is a powerful form of international recognition. Gaining membership is a multi-step process. The UN membership process. For a new state to join the UN, it must meet specific criteria and go through a formal procedure. This is outlined in the UN Charter, Article 4. Application. The new state submits an application to the UN Secretary-General, formally stating that it accepts the obligations of the UN Charter. Security Council recommendation. The UN Security Council considers the application. A recommendation for admission requires the affirmative votes of at least 9 of the 15 members, with no veto from any of the 5 permanent members, P5, China, France, Russia, the United Kingdom, and the United States. This is the biggest hurdle, as any one of the P5 can block the application. General Assembly vote. If the Security Council recommends admission, the UN General Assembly then votes on it. A 2/3 majority vote of the members present and voting is required for admission. Membership becomes effective on the date the General Assembly adopts the resolution for admission. What matters beyond the declaration? While a declaration is the first step, it's not enough on its own. The group must also demonstrate that it meets the legal criteria for statehood under international law. These include having a permanent population, a defined territory, an effective government, and the capacity to enter into international relations. Ultimately, the decision to recommend and approve a new country's membership is a political one. It's influenced by the geopolitical interests and alliances of the UN member states, especially the powerful P5 in the Security Council.
I hope you play with me along. And I hope you listen to this with me also. Not only me that listen, I hope you join me to listen in what I just played out now. They said in the beginning, no, a declaration alone does not guarantee a group can get recognition for a country under the UN. Even if people gather together, call themselves a group like BRIG, once you understand the difference of, we are going to bring it down so you may understand it very well. We are going to break it down pieces by pieces in 1 hour 30, 1 hour we have here to stay here to do something. There is one thing that you must know. They said no. That a group cannot. Even as the group gather together to declare a country, even the group declaration alone does not. When a group like BRIG declare themselves, they are a BRIG, they are a government, they are this, they have criteria. They said they don't have what it takes to get an international recognition. They said the process is both legal and highly political. The only government of the new states that was declared officially was meant to apply and seek for international recognition under United Nations Charter and under UN membership. Only a state government, not they said a group, they said no, that a group cannot, a group can't get international recognition, can't work for a country to become a country because of the agitation, because of what they are doing as a group. Then international law we allow them. No, the international law of UN Charter is on the side of the government of the new country, not by the side of a common government of a group. No, understand it particularly. There's a difference between when it comes to this international law, there is a total difference between a government and a group. And they said on the side of the new government, it is legal under international law. But on the side of a group, they said it's not legal framework. In the framework of getting an international recognition, no matter population, no matter defined territory and all of them, that once this group are under a group name, not a state name, then they cannot be able to get an international recognition. And the other this international recognition, there is a framework. Number one, you must present a document of official declaration of the country. We want to do this that every man who comes across this platform, we understand. That is why we go to Montevideo Convention, we come out. We go to the Geneva Convention, we come out. Now we're on the UN Charter. On their own, what they said about a group trying to claim they are getting recognition for a country. They said no, that this group cannot, they can't get it for a new state. They cannot get it. Who can get it? They said a government of a new country that was officially declared their independence is applicable to apply under international law. It is illegal on the side of the government of a new country. A government of United States of Biafra. A government of United States of Biafra. Not a government of a group. Yes, a group might have a government, but when it's come to the framework under United Nations Charter, under Geneva Convention, under Montevideo Convention, this group does not meet a criteria to apply or to get recognition for what a country, because they said here a group of people, despite coming together, despite claiming that they met the criteria of Montevideo Convention or United Nations Charter Convention, that they do not have right to apply for a membership of UN and under a state level, country versus country, because of being organization, they lack the judiciary, they lack the legal aspect of it to seek for international law, international recognition. For seek for international recognition and the states is legal, and the more in political aspect of it. It's too much. It's a political act that a new government that has a border, that has a territory, that has a citizen, that have a government who are capable to enter into agreement with other country. They are the one that has right to apply to seek for international recognition. Listen, the United Nations itself does not recognize countries. Instead, individual UN member states do. In this UN member states, there is an individuals. Who are these individuals? They call them, they use the word state, but means it's a country or a nation. There is many nations that are under it. Under that many nations under it, there is nations that are ahead of each other. Those that they must vote for you. why another one lobby you, brings you in. Talk about you as a government, as a state. However, a group cannot seek an international a group cannot seek UN membership, which is a powerful form of international recognition. Gaining membership is a multiple-step process. It's not here. A group cannot seek international recognition under UN membership. They cannot, because they are a group. Because everything under UN membership are all countries that gather together that made up of this word they call UN membership. It states. When we go further now, you may understand those that are there. The UN membership process. For a new state to join the UN, it must meet specific criteria and go through a formal process. This is outlined in the UN Charter, Article 4 again. This is outlined in the UN Charter, Article 4. Or what we are doing. What is this Article 4? The same thing. Listen. Application number 1. Application. Now we are on the Article 4. Number 1. Application. The new state submits an application to the UN Secretary General, formally stated that it accepts the obligation of the UN Charter. Who are they talking about? A new state, not a group, not individual. A group cannot achieve this, but who can achieve it? Those that can achieve this is only a government, a workable government. Look at the way. Number 1, application. The new state submit. The new state must submit. The new state, not a new structure, not BRIG, not IPOB, not any organization, but a new state that was declared officially will submit application to the UN Secretary General. Not what Ogenkere is telling you, snapping photo here and there. Before we go to number 2, let's see those in the comment section. I see one now share. Thank you so much. I see Olivozo. I see Stephen. I see Kevin Apples. Thank you so much. I see Patras 7040. Thank you. I see Jerry. Thank you so much for coming. Good afternoon. Good evening from here. It's an evening where I am. Thank you so much. Please, I also want to use the opportunity that I am on this to let you know that the platform we are building it, we need your support. We need the support to build platform. We want to, when we come, we put our documents on the screen. You and I can read it. You and I can read it. And also, anything you can support through Super Chat, we have it. You can support us. You can call us on private line to ask us what we want. Anything you can do. Please, we are seeking for your help to support to build this platform. Please. As you do so, may him bless you. Remember, look at our brother, Official AJ. There is a code or a pattern to this platform. Whenever you come in, try to look at what Official AJ put in the comment section. Hashtag free Simon Epa, a prisoner of conscience in Finland. Hashtag free Mazinande Kanu, a prisoner of conscience in Nigeria. This hashtag is our code on this platform. So please, may you join him to continue, because hashtag is a protest. That's why when you see anybody who carry a banner, whether foreign or local, you will see hash. That hash means something very important. So when somebody come across it, you want to know why they put hash on this particular comment and why is it there. Now on 2. Security Council recommendation. The UN Security Council, considering the application, a recommendation from admission required the affirmative vote of at least 9 of the 15 members, with no vote from any of the 5 permanent members: PS, China, France, Russia, the United Kingdom, and the United Nations States, America. These are those that we decide that we vote. These are those that we vote for this after we have submitted our application. They will go through it to understand if it is right, if what we claim, if what we are presenting is what will make them to go to recognition. But it's only going to be on the level of what? A state. I hope you had it on number one. That a state will apply, a new government will apply, not BRIG, not RCC, not IPOB. They don't have the judiciary, they don't have the legal right to do that. General. Number three, the General Assembly vote. If the Secretary Council recommended administration, the UN General Assembly then vote on it. A 2/3 majority voting of the member presenting and voting it require from administration. I hope when you listen to this, what is that coming into your mind? Is a question. It's all about a new country that will submit a document. They knew that a new country will come. That is why they put every lay down role for us to follow. And instead of us to follow it, we are jumping up and down, deceiving people and making mockery of them, and also stealing people's money here and there, and you think that it shall go well with you. Under international law, you have no right. You does not exist. You does not exist under international law. You doesn't exist as a group. They will not recognize you. They won't give you any membership. So what you see again, claiming that he's going to meet people in Washington DC, all those things are rubbish, babash. 419 photo. It cannot yield any fruit. Now we have, they said, after official declaration of a new state, no group or individual can work to get international recognition except the new country government under international law that are the one that has right to do to maintain the status quo of United Nations. That only a state can do that. Ultimately, the decision. Listen, what matters beyond the declaration? Why a declaration is the first step? Why a declaration they ask us to stop in Finland is the number one step under UN Charter? A declaration is what? A first step. You must declare it first. It does not enough on its own. The group that try to fight against the document of legal declaration may be called a rebel. A group fighting against our declaration under international law, they call them rebel under UN Charter, Article 4. They call them rebel. Insurgency, insubordination is what you see anybody who is against the government today. And all these groups does not meet the criteria or the framework of international law about receiving recognition. That they did not meet those criteria. They did not. What is those criteria? No matter the population, no matter what they claim they are, they said under international that they are not legal, because a state with a state population, territory, and effective government and the capacity to enter into relationship, international relations, is only meant for what? People of University of Biafra with the new government. This is an international law. This is a UN Charter article, Article 4. Go and read. Go and research. So you may know when people are deceiving you. But it is a right that people will gather, like what we did, about to be gathered us under the name of BRIG. From Water Pilot to BRIG. Gather us under the name of IPOB. He gathered us under IPOB. And all these were said, none of they lack the legal and judiciary or the power to seek for international recognition. Because international recognition is a process that belongs to only countries who have declared it officially. They told you here that a declaration is the first step of you to be a country. A declaration. What happened in Helsinki, Finland, November 29, 2024. That is the first step under UN Charter, Article 4. That Biafran people have to use to get what they want and what they are doing in all that we are doing. This is what matters most, no any other thing. A declaration, a first step to get an international recognition in what we are doing. It is very important and it is very, very imperative as you are here. Try to understand all this. They are very important in what we are doing. It is very, very important. Listen one more.
No, a declaration alone doesn't guarantee a group can get recognition for a country under the UN. The process is both legal and highly political. The United Nations itself doesn't recognize countries. Instead, individual UN member states do. However, a group can seek...
I want to get one thing here. UN member does not recognize a group. Rather, these UN members recognize a state, because what's made up of a UN is all about states, all about countries that come together. And even like they said, 15 of them have to vote when we've submitted our application to be a member. When we submitted our application to be a member, they decided after this 14 vote, once we get a 9 votes, Shekina, Okware, it has finished. That is what we needed. International law. And who we apply for the same. A group does not have the legal or what it takes to do that. It's only a new country government that declare officially can do it. Ultimately, the decision is recommended as approval of a new country membership is a political one. Remember, ultimately, the decision to recommend and they approve a new country, not BRIG, to approve this new country, who use the name of their new country to submit their international declaration documents. And all the things that have passed through. We were once a member of IPOB. We was once a member of Autopilot. We was once a member, someone like me, member of BRIG. Now I am a member of, I am an indigene of United States of Biafra. That was declared on November 29, 2024. These are the facts and figures that we all must know. Fulfilled by the interest and the alliance of the UN member states, especially the powerful P5 is the Security Council. Who are these powerful Security Council of this? These are countries like France, China, America, Britain, and Russia. These are 5 under this country. These 5 countries are always on top of other ones. They see themselves as organ of them all. Once they have said it has stand like that. That is why now that Russia has given Afghanistan recognition, what do you think will happen into UN? Other states will join in and give them international recognition. That's what we are seeking. So if they can give Afghanistan international recognition, what of we? Now we are going to go into under the United Nations framework. In their framework again, remember we have handled Article 4. But as we are going, if you want to call to make a contribution, believe me, you are free. The number to call remains +9733 6051 337 +9733 6051 337. Only on WhatsApp. You can call because we have 1 hour including everything that we're doing. That is what we are here to do. So please, if you want to call in time, not when the time has ended, then you want to call. Let us continue.
Under the United Nations framework, only a new country's government can apply for international recognition and, more specifically, for UN membership. A private or a political group cannot apply on its own behalf.
Are you hearing this? Under the United Nations framework, only a new country government can apply for international recognition. and the more can apply for international recognition, and more specifically for UN membership. A private or a political group cannot apply on its own on behalf. One of them will tell you that we are going to Washington DC for lobby for being able to be recognized. That's a pure lie. You heard it here again. A private or a political group cannot apply on its own behalf. They said, the numbers tell you, under the United Nations framework, only new country governments can apply for a member for international recognition. Only what? A new country government. You must be a country. So when you see those who don't want us to be a country, you have to run from them. Why a government is required? Remember here, a private or a political group cannot apply on its own, cannot apply for to seek for recognition for a country. In the beginning, they told you only a new country government can apply. Only a new country government can apply. This is UN Charter. Remember, we are under Article 4 today. In the morning, for 2 hours program we got into Geneva Convention, Article 6. We treated it, and you understand that no group, when we go in very fast, you may understand when they said group. They even mentioned some group, you know. They call it a private or a political group cannot be able to get an international recognition for a country. They cannot apply for membership. Only, you hear that word? Only a new country government. It's not me. I am only proving this document to you. For you to tell those Ogenkere, Sonny Akurawa, Elias, the criminal, for shut up his mouth. That's why I ask him, where did he get his own law in what he's doing? They call them non-profit organization that they can never seek an international recognition. Even when they're not even a de facto in abroad. For you to seek in a country, you must have a de facto. And when before a de facto government will seek international recognition, the world will end. But that one that was the Jew of a country who declared it officially has every legal right to seek, to apply under UN, or to go into contract with every other country to seek for recognition. They told you here, even as they say, look at it, a private or a political group. IPOB, they see IPOB as a political group, a separatist movement. Today, even this BRIG was not in the midst of when they are giving an example of a group who are fighting for Biafra, a group who has agitation, who want a different country. But because of they are not a state, they did not declare it officially, and they are not going to get an international recognition. They are not going to be a member. They cannot apply. A private or a political group cannot apply on it for a recognition of a new country. They said in the beginning it's only a government. Let's continue.
Why a government is required? The United Nations is an organization of sovereign states. Its charter and procedures are designed for interactions between national governments. Are
you following? The UN Nation is an organization of a sovereign state. There is countries that are under them. The five most powerful countries that are governing every other country are France, Russia, China, UK, and the United States of America. These are five that are governing every other person. They made up of more than 80 countries under UN. But they say if only 9 of all these countries under UN vote and give recognition to a new country, the matter is over. I only want you to know that that group you had called Ogenkere, Sana Parawa, fall back does not exist. I have proved to you the danger under international law. After declaration, you fall back. And now you can see why they don't want us to declare Biafra. Because they said first step is official declaration of a country. Under the United Nations framework, only a new country government can apply for international recognition, and the most specific for UN membership. A private or a political group cannot apply on it for international recognition as a country. Once you are private group, a political group, you cannot seek once a declaration has been made officially. You must continue.
Standing. To apply for UN membership, an entity must be a peace-loving state that can accept and carry out the obligations of the UN Charter. A group, by itself, doesn't have the legal standing of a state. It is the effective...
A group by itself doesn't have the legal standing. No backup for BRIG, CRC, IPOB, and all these stupid group fools that we are seeing here and there in the world today. Why I am running, if I start from Montreal Convention, after reading it to you, I still go back to UN, after the UN, I go to the Geneva Convention, for you to know that none of this constitution changed their law about a new country and how they're able to get international recognition. I see you, Fanny. Thank you for coming. It's been long. I also see you, Asatina. Good evening from here. I see Ogonaya. Good evening from here. As we move, we must continue. I just want to greet our people that are in the comment section that are going to happen. When we see their comment, we have courage. Like I told you, we are not going to waste much time because of our time for job. We must do it 1 hour. As if they're hot, if they're born. Listen to this, but from tomorrow morning, we will continue to enlist more about what we are doing. I can see you and me talking. Thank you so much. I can see you. Thank you so much. Thank you. I can see Umwaka for. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you for coming so much. Please remember, on our platform, we need a support to get full gadgets to present this matter. So I won't be removing my face from the camera to find out what we are doing. Please. Now we have a super chat on the YouTube page. If you can give us your support to build this platform, to get, moreover, we need one thing now, laptop. That is only what we need. So endeavor to help us to achieve that. The building has started, or some of our sisters have done their quota. I thank them also. I cannot stop thanking them because the reason why I'm also sitting here, feel free and doing what I am doing. So call us on phone, give us a super chat, anything you can do, please do. Support this platform. We call for your support for us to get the gadget we need. So when we come, we can present this on the screen so others, the doubting amongst them, will see it and understand that we are not playing, that we mean business. Hope you understand me. Let us continue.
Government of a new country that possesses the authority to make such a formal declaration and commitment on behalf of its people and territory.
Do you hear it? This is now UN Charter. Those in America. UN is not in America. Obieze. Ada this year, or the evil woman. Those in the UK. Those in America claiming they don't know the criteria of a new government and how a government stands. Legal standing. To apply for UN membership, an entity must be a peace-loving state. Now, the government is a very peaceful one. That is why we're no longer in the era of photo. They can accept and they carry out the obligation of the UN Charter. A group by itself does not have the legal standing of a state under international law. They don't have it. Ogen does not have what it takes to stand for the recognition or even for membership. He cannot with the name BRIG. And in all documents, they told you here that the new state government must provide a document of official declaration. It is number one step. Effective government of a new country that possess the authority to make such a formal declaration and the communicating on behalf of the people and the territory, our government, protecting us right now in everything that we are doing, how we can achieve it, how we can get it, and also have a good citizens. Remember, our line is open for you to call anytime you want to call, because we don't have much time. We want to run everything up in the next 1 hour, so please do so as you come in. If you want to call, you are free. Let us continue.
Proof of statehood. When applying to the UN, a new country must demonstrate that it meets the criteria for statehood under international law. These criteria are a permanent population, a defined territory, an effective government, and the capacity to enter into relations with other states. It is the government that provides proof of having control over the territory and people and represents the new country in international affairs.
Are you hearing? This is when applying to the UN, a new country must demonstrate that it meets the criteria for stakehold under international law. These criteria are a permanent population, a defined territory, an effective government, and the capacity to enter into relation with other states, with other countries. It is the government that will provide proof of having control over the territory and the people and representing the new country in international affairs. A new country government. United States of Biafra government is only the one who has the right. IPOB, Onworia. Autopilot, Onworia. Obiaro. BRIG, Ebelebe Eburu, Obiaro. Falling Deep, Ebelebe Eburu, Obiaro. Now that is international law. All these names, faceless unite. All these things that you're hearing here, they don't have the legal right on any one of them after the declaration. It is very important that after the declaration, you stood up and be working. The rule of a group. Now listen. Listen the rule of a group. When a group cannot apply for UN membership directly, it appears a vital rule in the de facto creation. A new state. When a group cannot, you may try to use de facto. Do you know that if Ogen was saying now we are the federal government in abroad, it is more better than using BRIG, because he was meant to come and decide what we are doing, but Chukwu Okabiam with us could not allow them to achieve their goal. This group is often the drive force behind the Declaration of Independence. But to be used the group of people, all of us, to drive the force to declaration. Do you see how the rule of group of people? They went to Finland for those who do the self referendum vote. What are you hearing here? Is to use the group as driving force to prove that people agree that there will be a new country. They said Declaration of Independence. Driving force behind the Declaration of Independence. The force of over 1,000 people who went to Helsinki, Finland to declare it is enough force to declare the state of Biafra as a government. You had it here. I am not saying. If this group successfully established an effective government and secure control over defending territory, it is a transition from a group to the government of a new country. This is Article 4 of UN Charter. All this thing is all about transition. That is how UN put it on their own. Despite they are corrupt of all the people, all the countries that made up of UN, they are all corrupt from head to toe. They put law and they cannot stand on the law. The law is only for them. They are big 5 countries. What do they do? They go free. When others do it, they call that person to arrest. Nonsense. This is, they said it's what? It is a transition. It's a transition from a group to the government of a new country. It's what? A transition of a group to the government of a new country. That is why Obato, when he's here with us, put a 4-man delegate to select those that are going to work under the government. These are part of the force that UN said that the government should implement. And we have made those criteria. And people are here making proud of themselves. Olu said, my brother, I love you a long time. You are welcome. Thank you so much. I can see you in the comment section. Thank you so much for coming in. Eh? It is a transition from a group to the government of a new country. When we are in BRIG, we are a group of people. We call it organization. Under Montevideo Convention, they call it such a name is a group of people gathered under BRIG to achieve something. But the transition, we enter into a new country government. A new country government, a new country, a new state, a new nation is what we are talking about. Thinking of this group is like the planning committee of a new club. Do you see how the world look at us? They called well. They compare BRIG or any group who claim to fight for Biafra. They call them planning committee. We are there to plan. They call BRIG planning committee or for a club, even like that. They use it. The name BRIG, many people has used it. They can't get all the documents ready and they have meetings, but only the elected elders of the newly formed club can significantly officially be in the meeting. On the side of the UN Charter, to apply for membership is a legal process. It's not like the way it is in a club community movement. In a club community, a club that gather together. They appoint you, you are the chairman, you are this, you are that, you are. That is what we was doing. They want to use this place. This is UN. They want to use it to bring your mind outrightly for you to know that we need a workable government to seek for international recognition. That is what Bato immediately told you. Form these people, keep them on ground. They are people that will be been chosen for them to do what? To lead the affairs of the people of United States of Biafra. This is what it is. I want you to know, I am not the one that's saying this. This is an international law, proving otherwise, telling you what to do. Please. Now listening. The official character is the formal application for membership, which including a document from a declaration of a new country, which includes a workable government, which must be submitted by the legitimacy government of the new country, of the new state. If they ask you, do we have a legitimate government that is working on behalf of all of us? The answer is yes. This is what UN Charter told us. This is how they see us. This is what they want us to do. If you follow from the beginning of this platform, listen to this. This is from Montevideo Convention. Now, the one you're going to hear, you know, I have played it from UN Charter. The UN Charter make it outright clear that no group, no organization can persuade a country to do what? To recognize a state. If you are not a state, nobody will recognize you as a state. You are a human being, you have a name. Now I see Olu State, I recognize him with his name. When I see Asatina, I recognize her with her name. This is what it's all about. And remember on the yesterday's, like this morning program, really the morning program we did, remember when we read the Montreal Convention, it says under Article 5, paragraph 4, it says that when a new country makes these criteria, and if they do not have a workable government for the new country, it leads to failure. So, in summary, today, because of my work time is coming fast, so I want you to know that everything that the government is doing, that now that we must be preaching, we must teaching ourselves what this law is all about to defeat this individual, this gullible, these criminals who are in the midst of us, who want to make money with the movement that we are into. Those that never come to do what? To fight for freedom. Those that did not come to fight for what? For freedom. They only come to make money. Listen to this. After the declaration of a new country, can any group get international recognition? He said, no, 3 times. After a group declare itself a new country, it cannot simply get recognition under international law. Okay, their government in exile. It's not true. Recognition of a new state is a complex and often political process governed by international law and the action of existing states. A group declaration alone is not enough. It must meet certain criteria and again acknowledged from other states. Listen. According to the Montevideo Convention 1933, which is widely considered to lay out the key criteria for a stakeholder, a new entity must process the fully 4 criteria: a permanent population, a defined territory, an effective government, capacity to enter into relation with other states. That is it. This criteria, a group of BRIG, called it name BRIG or anything, does not have the criteria to seek for recognition or membership or to talk to a state to recognize a group. A state must talk to a state and the recognition comes from state to state, from country to country. He said, even though if they claim, this group of BRIG claim they have met all these criteria, they cannot present themselves as a government of a state, of a new country, after declaration. That's why I told that after our declaration, every group, IPOB, Autopilot, or MASOB, or BRIG, CRC, all these things I'm saying today, they does not exist anywhere. They do not exist anywhere. I want you to know that in the midst of what we are doing, everything has templates. The template of the government must be this international law. And as you may see, all that the government is doing are yielding fruit towards international law. Why after going this way, I turn this way, I start this way? For me to know if I can see that a group can go and get international recognition or they will use lobby. They can never use lobby. IPOB, lobby, BRIG cannot help us to get international because they are not a state. You must be a state before you get an international recognition. You must be a state. You must be a country. You cannot wait for someone to recognize you, because if someone recognizes and telling you, okay, now we thought that we have to be University of Biafra, but we are not going to answer or work towards that until they recognize us. They will look at you, are you being serious? So I am the one to push you to go and become a country. I am the one to ask you to, you know that after the declaration, you have to leave BRIG and carry the name of your country. You are a failure. That is how the world sees you. That is how the world sees Ogenkere who are falling back. And anybody who is falling back is also destroying himself, not Biafra, not the government. You are destroying yourself. You are doing yourself more harm than good. This is why we're here this evening in a short note for you to know that no matter what come may, one of my friends said, no matter what come may, that no group can get us international recognition. The terms BRIG is not a frame. In fact, let me allow you to play. For President Amos. Listen.
The term BRIDGE is not a formal term in international law for gaining state recognition. However, a group working to get recognition can do so by satisfying the requirements for statehood and engaging in political and diplomatic actions that serve as a bridge to gaining recognition.
Do you hear that? There is no service, there is no action like BRIG to gain recognition. He said this name that they're even answering, BRIG, in the framework of getting international recognition, the name did not recognize at all. It's not recognized. They said even though this group met this criteria, they are political group people that can never get international recognition for a country. Some states recognize a new country state. My brother, Kevin, I don't need to. A USB is United States of Biafra. It's a country on its own. It's not a group. United States of Biafra, the new country. They said the new country must has name. And the name of the new country is what? United States of Biafra. When you say USB is just abbreviation. U means United. Do you know what B means? So you don't need to go far. I have looked at it. That is why I'm not presenting that, because we all know it very well. The government of a new country, the new country must has name. The name of the new country, that's what they said. It doesn't matter how the government of the new country comes into power. But what matters is they stand on the existing protocol of their name to seek for international recognition. Like you today, can you go and ask somebody if you can use their name to recognize you, Kevin? You are not remembered your name. The name you give yourself as a new country is what they use to give you recognition. I hope you got the answer. I hope you got the answer. We are going to, like I told you, we have only more 10 minutes. So if anybody wants to call, you are free to call. You are free to call. A group seeking recognition must activate build a bridge to international community. Though diplomatic effect, they didn't meet the criteria to establish, to seek for international recognition. Yes, it's an abbreviation. But now, when you bring this bridge you bring out, do you see USB there? You can only see B there and the G. That is why I told you, when you write this in, you write USBG. So the world will understand the abbreviation. And that is why someone like me, I don't write it in abbreviation, I write it full. So anybody who come across the platform on my headline will understand what I am doing. See, let me tell you this. Listen. What is it? What is it? Sometimes I don't think I divide my attention in what I'm doing exactly. That's why we told you that now that name, BIAFRA in exile, is no longer exists after declaration. Declaration close all these things. Then after, okay, you call, did you put United States of Biafra there? After you see it is called Biafra government in exile. That is the one of BRIG. We are no longer using it. So when the word comes, they said, look, listen here. Listen. The term BRIG, BRIG, does not have a framework under international law for gain a state recognition. You ask yourself now, Kevin, why did Obato, after calling Biafra government in exile and he wanted the declaration of United States of Biafra, why did he adopted United States of Biafra as the name of the country? That's why I told international, they said on international law that you are going to be a country, that a country we have name. BRIG is not a name. It's not a country. BRIG is not a country. That is one thing I want you to understand. I'm talking about the government in exile. I'm talking about that word BRIG. It's not a country name. They said it's an organization where people, a name that people used to gather. Now, let me bring it down to Nigeria. In Nigeria, if you want to be a president of Nigeria or of any country, are you not going to be under a name of a party? In America, they have two parties. You must be from one of them. After you declare it officially, you will dump the name of the party and went ahead with a name of a country. After declaration, after you have voted and they said, okay, you have won your election, what do you see? People, you will leave the name of the party to use the name of the country. That is also how it is what we are doing. Now that we have declared it officially, we are not going to be using Biafra government in exile anymore. No, we are going to be using United States of Biafra. That is our name. And that is the name of the country. Now the country has a name. United States of Biafra. Have you asked yourself why the Obato Obie endorse it? Why he does it? Because of what they said in this particular thing that we are saying now. That is why. All this that we are asking questions for. That is what Obato Obie made it officially and they adopted. You know that they voted for this name, United States of Biafra. That's the name we're going to use to call the name of our country. Can you call a country Biafra government in exile? That is why we're no longer in that era. We are in the era of where a country that has a name like you having your own name. This is just a common sense we need to apply what we are doing, that we all may understand it. These are facts and figures that we all must know. You have had it here. Do you hear that this name BRIGE, Biafra government in exile, is said in the time framework of recognition that name is not there. It doesn't require that name cannot bring you a diplomatic political recognition interest. But the name of your government, the name of the new country, United States of Biafra, is what matters most into what we are doing right now. The country has name. Like when you born a child, you give that child a name is going to be here forever, a name that has meaning. That is why everything is the way it is. So, my people, like I said, we have only 5 minutes. If your call comes in, we take. If your call did not come in, we have to go. Because of, we just want to make a quick reaction for people to understand the things about this name called BRIG. That is just a name that people use for a transition to get a new country. After to get declaration. After declaration, the name dies. That's what I told you after declaration, that every other name that we used to go and fight for our freedom, we're going to dissolve it. Do you know that also that we can also use the data in the Obato Obie? If Obato Obie was not quickly to drop Omoada, that name Omoada, it can become another different thing. Because Majok wanted to use it to hijack the movement. That name called Omoada. So if you can think of Omoada now, Kevin, think of Omoada. Why do Obato Obie stop it? Because they want you to hijack the movement to Madam Azoka to prove that she's a iron lady. And Obato Obie did what? Stop them. Abolish that name Omoada in the movement. Doesn't that name Omoada Biafra? They are all in the United States of Biafra, doing the needful, doing marvelously. That is what we're talking about. That is what we're talking about. So I want you to know, I want to understand this area. that I used to close this program today. Nothing like that under international law. They cannot use it. Biafra government in exile. No. Nobody can use it as a recognition anymore. But they're going to use this name, United States of Biafra government, to get us an international recognition. And this is a name that is in our declaration document. In our declaration document, did you see BRIG? Yes, that is why nobody should be founding that name called BRIG. Because now we have a name. We have a name. What is our name? United of Biafra. Oluste, thank you so much for your comment. BRIG is no way to be found because we have a new name. That is United States of Biafra government. That is United States of Biafra is the name of our country. In that declaration of document, what do you see there? In our declaration, in your self-referendum vote, what do you see there? Do you see BRIG? Do you see went in exile? That is when we have adopted that name from the one who start voting. United States of Biafra vote. Self-referendum. Did you not vote? Did you see BRIG? Did you see Omoada? Did you see CRC? But to be understand about what we are doing. That is why he used the name on the vote, because you use a name of your country to go for international global stage for them to use to organize it. Afghanistan from day 1, 2021, chasing America away, use the name Afghanistan on the declaration day. That is why today they are still recognizing them as Afghanistan. They have never changed it. Our own are not going to be different from what other people are doing. So my people, we are going to end it here. We said 1 hour, and we give 1 hour 6 minutes for call to come. Now there's no call. We are going to end it here. Wait for us till tomorrow morning, when we'll be back on our normal time that we normally handle our programs every morning. Yes, that's what we must wait for. So please, my people, we must continue. We must continue on the right side of supporting the government, funding your government for them, because the work they are doing is very big. USB is only one thing. Please try and put that in USBG so for them to know that it's United States of Biafra government in all. Remember, hashtag Finland free Simon Ekpanjoko, a prisoner of conscience alive. Hashtag Nigeria government free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, a prisoner of conscience alive. These are the code that we use in this platform. But from me, from here, I will say a wonderful day. Good evening, my people, until we see you tomorrow morning. Thank you all.